Good morning, my friends, Cules around the world. It is time for everybody's favorite morning show, Wake Up and Barca. We've got international matches to catch up on with some Barcelona players having some very successful performances, including the man who's just cannot stop scoring, Memphis Depay. Gotta love it if you're a Barcelona fan. So I'm catching up on the chat. Cules, I love you, buddy. So we will talk about Memphis Depay's performance and a few others. We'll talk about the potential leaked Champions League kit for Barcelona. And then Joan Laporta is chirping again about a European Super League. So we got to catch up on all of those rumors as well. That and more on today's show. Let's go ahead and get this party started.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the undefeated Mustache John.
All right, looks like we got a live chat going already. Eli, good morning, sir. Coffee, hello, hello. Who else we got here? Cules, hello. Cules, your attendance percentage is just off the charts right now. Love to see you in here. Who else we got? Levi, what's up, brother? Looks like you guys have already had your coffee this morning. I got to catch up. Made myself a nice Americano. Ooh, so we got a few things we can talk about. Like I said, Memphis Depay, hat trick for the Netherlands. He cannot stop scoring. He also set one up. If you guys didn't see the highlights for that, go back and watch it. I'd love to show you on this channel, but I'm just not risking the copyright. It's just not worth it to me. Eli, how are you doing? Levi, you've been busy, hopefully with good things. Hopefully you are living life up to its fullest potential, my friend. Levi's on that T train. Coffee said had his at dawn. Coffee, I forget. What time zone are you in? Where are you from? I always forget. It's hard to keep track. Hard to keep track. We got a lot of people here in the community trying to keep track of people's real names that they give me, where they live, all those things. Working, that's not fun, Eli. Or Levi, sorry. I called you Eli. I meant to say Levi. Sri Lanka, it's 4:35 p.m. Right on, Coffee. Okay. Oh, I get what you did there. I get what you did, Coffee, because your name's Coffee at dawn, and you said you had yours at dawn. I clearly need to catch up on that caffeine, so things like that don't go right over my head. Camper Cat, how we doing, buddy? We're not in trouble. U.S. men's national team is not in trouble. We're not in a great position. Things are a little bit nervy right now, but a win tonight, and I think things will calm down just a little bit. We are playing Honduras away at 10 o'clock p.m. It's a late one here, Eastern Daylight Time. And U.S. will be looking for their first win of World Cup qualifying. Cules switching jobs next week and you're going to be missing lives for a while. Cules, I don't remember us talking about this. I don't remember giving any sort of approval for you switching over to a job that was going to have a conflicting schedule. I don't remember reviewing that decision. Only Juan, just finished work, here to relax. Right on, dude. Well, must feel good to have your productive time done for the day. Kick back, relax. Get some time to refresh, you know. Levi, Northern Ireland playing Switzerland. That's probably going to be a tough one for you all. Levi, how's Northern Ireland looking? You guys going to qualify for a World Cup this time around? Midnight Oil, dude. Get that money. Get that money. Get that money. Coffee at Dawn says many rumors on transfers these days. Listen, any transfer rumors from now until December are nope. It's just headlines. It's just clickbait. There's no need to discuss transfers from now until December, unless you want to talk about transfers that did or did not happen over this past summer. Any potential deals, any rumors, any ongoings, it's pure nonsense. Doesn't mean anything. The transfer window is closed. Nobody knows where teams are going to be, who's going to be injured, what teams might need, all of those things. There's so many variables. So no transfer rumors for a few months. Barca Messi, good morning. Watching the game on Sunday, ? Which game are we talking about? Levi, you're going to have to fill me in. Barcelona, Sevilla has been postponed. So first Barcelona match back on the channel is going to be against Bayern Munich. Yikes, 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 yikes. I got high hopes, though. I got high hopes for the Bayern Munich match. I really do. Barca Messi says, can you tell me what happened with Argentina and Brazil? I still don't get why they suspended it. I have not looked into it, actually. I think there was some civil unrest or some police activity or something. I don't really know. Northern Ireland, Levi says Northern Ireland's doing okay. Thushar, good morning, sir. Good morning. Let's go ahead and pull up. We're gonna start with Barcelona news, just see if anything pops up that I was not expecting. And then from there, what we'll do is we'll jump into Memphis Depay's performance, and then we'll take a look at the potential leaked third kit for Barcelona, the Champions League kit. And then maybe we'll even talk about Super League a little bit, but I don't want to. I just don't want to. But it is what it is. So let's take a look, my friends. Barcelona news. Ronald Coleman hoping to stay on as Barcelona coach. Well, I would hope that our coach would want to stay on as coach. I'm guessing this means an extension. I think we talked about this a little bit the other day. No manager right now is going to want to come in and take over this Barcelona project. We are lucky to have someone like Ronald Coleman, who is an established club legend from his playing years, had Champions League success, had La Liga success. He is a strong personality. He came in during Barcelona's darkest days in recent history and was asked to do the impossible, manage this locker room full of overpaid superstars who are past their prime and find a way to have success with this team. Now that Messi is gone, the process has begun for us completely revamping this squad front to back. Anybody and everybody besides maybe like 3 players could be sold, could be loaned, could stay and become a superstar. We're starting that fresh. So with all of that going on, nobody, including Xavi, wants to come back and take over this Barcelona team right now. So be thankful that we have at least Ronald Coleman here. Hey, Google, I wasn't talking to you. Look at that. Google's just like, oh, let me get involved. I didn't say Google. I didn't say it. You stay out of this, Google. Anyway. Ruined my rant, Google. My goodness. Ronald Coleman has been talking about his future. Let me see here. Okay. Ronald Coleman has been talking about his future at Barcelona. He's made it clear he is keen to stay at the Camp Nou. Dutchman is also into his second year at the contract. Let's see. His quote here is, yes, of course, I'm open to a renewal. I'll be excited to continue as coach for many years, despite the complicated things that exist at the club today, he said. But I think all that thanks to our decisions, coaches, and technical staff, Barca has young players with a huge immediate future, and hopefully in 3, 4, or 5 years, I can continue to be their coach. All right, so that's more long-term than I even thought. It's not breaking news, Levi, other than a potential contract extension. That's why it's hitting the headlines. Coffee's right. 5 more years is what Laporta is saying. He did win Copa and La Liga last year. I'm very curious to see what happens this year. I think we can still get a domestic double. I think we can still win La Liga and Copa del Rey with our current squad, particularly with Memphis Depay scoring the way that he's scoring. Only Juan says it was due to health. I'm assuming we're talking about Argentina, Brazil here. Due to health authorities coming in to take a couple of Argentina players, I guess, broke COVID regulation protocols. Oh, right. That's what it was. I think there were some players from English Premier League that were also in trouble because Brazil was maybe on the quarantine list. I forget. Eli, glad to hear that your phone is fully charged. So let me know what you guys think about Ronald Coleman saying he's going to stay on for like 3, 4, 5 years. That would be a surprise to me. I think everyone saw Ronald Coleman as sort of a stopgap, a Band-Aid, a bridge to our next long-term manager. But if he ends up staying on for these next few years and he's around for the development of Ansu Fati, of Pedri, of Dest, Mingueza, Araujo, and those guys grow attached to him, including Frankie de Jong and Memphis Depay. I know they're not as young, but if we have success under Ronald Coleman and these guys grow attached to him, there's a good chance he could stay, and we may miss out on Xavi being the manager anytime soon. But here's the thing. If he's successful, he's successful. You know what I mean? If he's going to be winning matches, bringing trophies to Barcelona, then why would we move on? Coffee says his tactics need to get improved, and also Pjanic has revealed Coleman character. Yeah, but you could find people that say negative things about Pep Guardiola. And we all know and love Pep Guardiola and know that how impactful it can be to have him managing your club. I'll give you his tactics could use some improvement, particularly around his adjustments mid-game and late substitutions. That's definitely a problem. All right, so that's Ronald Coleman news. What else we got? Okay. Luke de Jong joins training. That's good to see. Barca choose Jordi Alba replacement. What is a Jordi Alba replacement? I'm sure that's not how it seems. Interesting. Let's go to, where was it? Oh, Barcelona have already decided they want Gaia to replace Alba. Barcelona have reportedly decided on Jordi Alba's replacement left back. The Spain international is going strongly, is still going strong currently, impressing last season and taking his bright form into Euro 2020 with La Roja. I don't know, dude. Gaia, I believe plays for who? Valencia. Anytime that we've played against him, he's been all right, but it's never been a performance that makes me go, wow, we need him at Barcelona. We got to get that guy. So I'm not going to get too jazzed about that. And we just talked about how any transfer rumors right now are absolutely ridiculous. Paul, what's up, buddy? How we doing? We could have the best front three in the world. What? Haaland, Depay, and Fati? Potentially. Also, we got to keep calling him Memphis. I am doing a bad job of it also, but he prefers Memphis. Yeah, if we're able to land Haaland next year and we have Memphis on the left, Haaland in the middle, and Fati on the right, I'll take that. I would take that front three. I don't know about best front three in the world. Man United might have something to say about that. We shall see. Thushar says Coleman's game management needs to improve. I can agree with you on that one. Levi seconds it. I'll give it a third. Yeah, game management could definitely be improved. I think the fact that he's being forced to stick with a 4-3-3 could make things a little bit interesting for him this year. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Coffee. If I'm Gaia and I start at Valencia, why come to Barcelona? Unless, how old is Gaia? Let's do this. Gaia, Valencia, Jose Gaia. He's 26. And Jordi Alba was what, 32, 33, something like that. So, yeah, Jose Gaia could come in, play behind Alba for a year, and then take over. That's a possibility. Camper says he will. Coffee at Barcelona. He has a chance to win things. At Valencia, not so much. Fair point. He has a chance at trophies. I think if he came over, played behind Jordi Alba for a year, that would maybe make sense for him and the club. Can we get Tierney? Can we? Possibly. Will Arsenal give him up? Doubt it. PSG got the best front three hands down. Right now, yeah. Yeah, you got to give him that. Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi. It's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. FIFA players' wet dream right there. Gosh, that's so wild. The front three that PSG have right now. Like, it's still not real to me. The front three that they have. Absolutely insane. Let's see. La Masia is now fully fixed. Let's see what we're talking about here. Special area of La Masia, Centro de Formación Oriel Tort, opens this Tuesday, which will be used by 9 members of the Barca B women's team. La Masia now really is mixed. Wow. It says fully mixed, and I was reading that as fixed. What an idiot. What an idiot. Wake up, John. This needs to go from wake up in Barca to just wake up, John. It says fully mixed. So that's cool. So La Masia has ladies now as well. Cool. Very progressive, very modern for Barcelona. Well done, FCB. Ovi asked, do you think Pulisic can come to Barca in the future? Because I read somewhere he is a Barca fan. I'd love it. I would love a handful of players from the U.S. men's national team to come to Barcelona. Here's the problem. Here's the hurdle there. Americans are not, well, let me back up. There is a rule, I forget if it comes from FIFA or UEFA or Spain, but Barcelona can only have, I believe it's 3 non-EU players. So 3 players on their club that don't have a European passport. Pulisic right now, oh wait, no. Pulisic has a Croatia passport because his grandfather is from Croatia. So he could come to Barcelona. It's a challenge for somebody like Weston McKennie and a couple others who don't have European passports. But if memory serves, Pulisic does actually have a Croatian passport. And so that gives him a little bit better chance of coming to Barcelona. So I would say, yeah, I'd love it. Do I think it'll happen? No, not anytime soon, but I would love it. Meanwhile, we'll go and switch over here for a second. Weston McKennie got sent home. He broke COVID protocol in between the first and second match, was benched, did not make the squad for the second match, and then got sent home, won't be a part of the qualifiers anymore. I'm wondering how severe it is. Will he come back and get another chance for the next round of qualifiers? Is Greg Berhalter just going to leave Weston McKennie off completely? It's a possibility. We're pretty deep in the midfield. Weston McKennie is our best midfielder, in my opinion. But we have others that can step in. So if discipline is going to be an issue, I'm actually just going to take this off. I'm sitting here hot. I just turned on the fan. I'm like, well, I'm also wearing this big furry robe. I could take that off. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay. Anyway, so not happy about McKennie. Dest also has left the World Cup qualifiers. He won't be playing tonight. He is going to be hopefully fit for our match against Bayern Munich next week. We will see. But reports are saying that it's just an ankle sprain. It's not too serious. Typically an ankle sprain you can play on. It's not going to be comfortable, but it also isn't going to get any worse unless you tweak it in some way. So hopefully Des will be back for that match against Bayern. Ernest, good morning, sir, says, if we get thrashed by Bayern, we will have no choice but to sack Coleman because the mentality of the players will be bad. I don't know about no choice. Will the Barcelona community be calling for Ronald Coleman to be sacked? If that's the case, yes, 100%. But I don't know if we're going to be forced to do it. And Ernest, please don't post the same thing in the chat. I do see it. Eli asks, were you, John, where do I get the new Barca shirt? I got mine on soccer.com because that's one of the few places that actually delivers to America. So soccer.com is where I get it. Camper asked, do I think Ronaldo will flop at Man United? Not a chance. There's not a chance in the world he's going to flop. I think he will be in the top 5 goal scorers. I was going to say top 3, but I'm curious if he'll actually start week in, week out in the English Premier League. But I would put him in the top 5 for goal scorers this year. Why is Griezmann performing for France and not for Barca? I might need to just do a full video upload on what actually happened with Griezmann, because a lot of it comes down to the way that he felt he was treated at Barcelona. And I have some clear examples of Barcelona players not really accepting Griezmann, not really supporting him, not really making him feel like he was one of the guys. You know, I think that combined with the fans giving him a hard time made him feel like he wasn't accepted. Players weren't trusting him on the pitch. He never really settled in because he didn't feel like that guy. With that said, I think Griezmann did it to himself with the whole La Decisión, and then but he did the decision a la LeBron James, decides to stay at Atletico Madrid, kind of spitting in the face of Barcelona. Then he comes to Barcelona the next year and he starts complaining, oh, I'm in Messi's shadow and this and that. It is what it is. All right, Eli, have a good day, buddy. The greasy gossip new segment. Yeah. I don't know. That probably needs to be my next upload is what happened to Antoine Griezmann at Barcelona, because he didn't drop in talent. You saw the whole time when he played for France that he was incredible, creative. He would actually be decisive on the ball. I think he knew when the season started that he was going to go to Atletico Madrid, particularly that third match. He was mailing it in. He was on the pitch, but he was not mentally there. Tushar asked, do I have any idea about the Indian men's national team? I don't. I did see that they were playing the other day, friendly, and I almost hopped on and started a live stream just to give you guys a little treat, but I couldn't find a good feed for it. Vipula, good morning, sir. Shura, hello. Why is Dembele still in Barca? Well, Barcelona still believe in him. Despite the injuries, Barcelona still believe in him. I gotta think this is his last chance to have a season that's not full of injuries. I know he's starting off injured, but when he comes back in October, I gotta think this is his last chance. That if he doesn't have a healthy year where he has an output that's close to what we're expecting, you gotta think this is Dembele's last chance, particularly now that we have Memphis and we have Ansu. And we've seen Laporta is not shy about cutting ties, moving on. We are fully looking to the future now at Barcelona. There's nothing holding us back from building a squad that is going to be bringing us trophies 2-3 years from now. Levi says, Atletico will win everything now. Maybe, but look at this. Barcelona are now the underdogs. You got to look at it that way, too. Barcelona are now the underdogs. When we go up against teams like Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid, we're not the favorites by any means. All the pressure is on those clubs. If we get either La Liga or Copa del Rey, or potentially both, like I think we can, it is going to be a very successful year at Barcelona. Very successful. All right, what else we got here? Super League. Okay, we'll talk Super League and then we'll take a look at the kit. So let's go over to screen share here. All right. Laporta, Super League. He's at it again, friends. He's at it again. Barca president Laporta insists that Super League is still alive. We thought this was done. We thought this was over. Turns out it is not the case. Now, before I read into this, folks, let me just break down one more time what actually happened with the Super League. Barcelona and a collection of other clubs from the top leagues and the top 6 clubs in English Premier League all got together because they wanted to have an additional tournament. I know that they're calling it a league, but they wanted to have an additional tournament to supplement some income. So this would be a yearly tournament that did not have any sort of promotion or relegation. These clubs that start it would be in it every year, and they would profit from the revenue made from these matches. This would be added on to their domestic league, their domestic tournaments, and Champions League. What happened was that UEFA said, no, we're not going to let you all start this new league, this new tournament, because it cuts us out of that profit from those revenues, from that revenue, I should say. So because UEFA wants to maintain their monopoly on football tournaments and receiving the profits from, they started this media campaign saying that Barcelona, Juventus, Man City, Man United, all of these clubs were starting this league to leave their domestic leagues, to leave Champions League. They created the storylines that these clubs were spitting in the face of history. They were turning their backs on the loyal fan base, all in the name of greed, all in the name of pure profit. Now I ask you this, how is that any different than FIFA, UEFA adding in these Nation League tournaments? How is that any different? It is a brand new idea added in just for FIFA, UEFA, and the nations to make more money. There's no prestige in this Nations League. It's brand new. It's a fugazi. It's a fugazi. That's essentially what these clubs tried to do with Super League. Super League would be to clubs what Nations League is to international teams. Those international teams are still playing in their regional tournaments, their regional cups. They're still playing in the World Cup. It would be the same exact thing if these clubs started Super League. But because UEFA have that monopoly and want to maintain it, they did a brilliant job of turning the public opinion against these clubs moving towards a Super League. Again, it was because of the misinformation spread, particularly by UEFA and a lot of the news networks claiming that these clubs were the ones saying, oh, we're going to leave to go start this Super League. The truth of the matter is that the Super League was going to be in addition to, and UEFA said, oh, if you do that, then you're out of your domestic league. You're out of all UEFA competitions. And then they turn and go, hey, everybody, Barcelona wants to leave La Liga. Barcelona wants to leave Champions League. Oh, by the way, it's not really that they want to leave. It's that if they start the Super League, we're going to kick them out. But yeah, they want to leave. It's their decision. Look how bad they are. Those greedy clubs over there. Very clever, UEFA. Very clever. So we thought it was done. It's not done. Reports coming out of the Camp Nou saying that Joan Laporta still talking about it. So let's actually get into it. Barca president Joan Laporta has insisted that the Super League project is still alive despite the withdrawal earlier this year of the majority of the founding clubs. The Catalans, along with Real Madrid and Juventus, are the only three remaining in seemingly doomed breakaway competition, which was announced in April with 12 founding clubs. The other 9 have withdrawn and signed agreements with UEFA, prohibiting them from repeating their actions, but Laporta said Barca were still moving forward with the plans. So here's some quotes. The project is alive. The 3 clubs who are defending the project are winning all the court cases, Laporta told a television channel eSport 3. UEFA cannot stop it, and the pressure on English clubs, who are those behind the plans, hasn't had any effect. Granted, it could have been presented in a better way. I think he's talking about the media picking up the headlines there. Surprisingly, given Barca's dire financial situation, Laporta said that when he became Barca president, he spoke to PSG forward Neymar, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what that has anything to do with it other than, last quote here, however, back then we interpreted La Liga's financial fair play in another way. If we hadn't have done so, we would have made him an offer. Speaking about Neymar there. So just kind of talking about the financial status of Barcelona, I guess. But there you have it, folks. Still pushing for the Super League. Again, cannot say it enough that it would be in addition to the domestic league and Champions League, as long as UEFA doesn't get their panties in a bunch and start whining about it and saying, oh, you guys are trying to leave the domestic leagues and you guys are all about money and blah, 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 blah. Little hypocritical, UEFA. Little hypocritical. Just let it happen. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. Let the additional soccer be played. Let the clubs make their money. It is what it is. All right. What are your thoughts? Let me get caught up on the chat here. That was a little bit of a rant. Let's see. What's your opinion heading into the World Cup once 2 years rather than every 4 years? Not a fan. I want it every 4 years. It makes it that much more amazing when it comes around. Nations League is international. No one watches it anyway. I don't know if that's true, Levi. I think a lot of people do watch it. I don't know. I think we're both speculating because we don't have those numbers. Coffee says, I don't like Laporta's relationship with the Madrid president. I agree with that. It's a little bit sketchy. Shura says, my fear is Barca should not go crazy like Arsenal. Sure. Arsenal have pretty much collapsed. What else we got? Levi says, can't believe Laporta, the audacity. He's a politician, man. He's going to do good things at the club, but even when he makes decisions that go against what the Barcelona supporters want to see, he's going to spin it in a way that is palatable for Cules. So this whole Messi situation, I think it will come out years down the road that Laporta made the decision to have Messi move on. I think the two of them probably had a conversation, and I'll go as far as to say that the two of them decided that it was best for Messi and for club to part ways, and then they decided, or then they asked themselves, well, how can we spin this so that neither one of us seems like the villain? And they said, well, let's blame La Liga. Easy enough. I think that's what's going to happen. Cules says, you would think money would drive that decision. Well, it's because UEFA are not cut in on that action. I think that's probably where they had a misstep. Now, here's the thing. If UEFA are not running the competition, if it does not influence UEFA's competitions in any way, then why would you cut them in? Right? If the clubs want to be smart about it, maybe you cut them in. But, I mean, that's a huge payoff for nothing if you look at it that way. We'll see. Will I watch Luke's presentation? I'll catch it on the social medias, I'm sure. Ernest says, can't wait for Coutinho to play in the new Barca. I'm very excited for him to return this year. I think that Coutinho and Pedri and De Jong would be a very, very challenging midfield for other clubs to deal with. If you think about the creativity from Pedri, the potential long-distance bomb shots from Coutinho, and then De Jong just cleaning up sideline to sideline, box to box, covering as much of that space as he can. I don't hate it. I don't hate that, my friends. Don't hate that at all. What else? Okay, last thing today. Let's go ahead and take a look. Let's go ahead and take a look at Barcelona Champions League kit that was potentially leaked, because it looks pretty sick, you guys. No, get out of here. I don't want ads. How about you just go away? No, go away. Now I'm not going to use your website. How about that? We'll go here instead. All right, here it is, my friends. First look, first impression, potential Barcelona 21-22 Champions League home kit. It's got a pretty interesting design on it, very Barcelona-esque. If you're familiar with the city, it's known for some of its beautiful artwork and unique, what's the word I'm looking for? Architecture. That's the word I'm looking for. Barcelona is really known for its unique artwork, its unique style and architecture, and I think this jersey really picks up some of that. Very 90s. Am I right? I'm liking this. I like the colors on it. It's not a traditional blue and red from Barcelona. You got like a hot pink in there. Again, going with that kind of 90s theme, very retro. And if this is what Barcelona end up wearing, I don't hate that at all. What do you guys think? Yes, it's not the traditional colors, but Barcelona have had some hideous third kits in the past, and I like the pattern. It's kind of retro, but it's also kind of modern. It's a blending of both. And like I said, it's very Barcelona. I kind of like this. What do you all think? Score it out of 10. I give this one an 8 out of 10. I do. I'm liking this one, and I hope that this is true. I hope that it's more than just a rumor, that we get to actually see these kits. Cules says, I bet some baggy jeans and a swatch goes with it. Dude, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. That's hilarious. All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up for today. Let me know down in the comments if you're watching this on replay what you think of that third kit. And Friday is going to be what we got. Friday, Wake Up and Barca is what we have next coming up on this channel. We're going to take a look at Champions League coming up because that's going to be our next match. Barcelona will not be playing Sevilla this weekend. That match is postponed. So Champions League, that's going to be Tuesday, September 14th, right here on the Undefeated channel. Come back and watch it live with me and the friends from all of your friends, I should say, from the Undefeated community. And when I say watch it live, I mean you watch it live and then I'll commentate and you participate in the chat. That's what we mean by that. All right, friends, that is going to wrap it up. If this is your first time here, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications. We do Wake Up and Barca every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right here on the Undefeated channel. And then I'll see you for all of the Barcelona matches. We'll be doing commentary. We'll be we'll have the chat going. I clearly can't talk today, so I'm going to finish this. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go have a wonderful, productive day, and I hope you all do the same. I appreciate you starting your day with me. I love you very much. I do. Go out there and spread some positivity, folks. Have a beautiful day. Thanks for tuning in and taking a ride. We'll see y'all next time. Mwah.